Let's do it.
Do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, guys. So, yeah, just a little spontaneous stream between myself and my good friend Thomas the Bum. So,
because we are so spontaneous, aren't we?
We are so spontaneous, yeah.
You know what? You know what I always say, right? Plan to be spontaneous tomorrow.
Plan to be spontaneous tomorrow. Plan to be spontaneous always. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I actually had a little touch of an ulterior motive behind this one because I had a mini beer mail.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do thrill us with your shenanigans.
Indulge us. So yes, this one is it is from Glassbanken, who are a Swedish mail order beer service, but their sort of factory, if you like, is based in Denmark. Their warehouse is based in Denmark, and on Black Friday they had free postage. So I was like, well, normally they're a little bit expensive, especially when you include postage. But I was like, why not? Why not? Because then you're just paying Danish prices for the beer, which are a little bit more pricey. But again, why not?
Exactly, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, and we've got Snow.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. How's it going?
I'm the fake one.
He looked foreign. Thomas, don't he look foreign?
He looks very foreign, but
he looks very
got sexy hair going on.
He looks very foreign with that. He looked very foreign without his beard, innit?
I don't understand.
Yeah, he looks very foreign without his beard. That gooner, innit? He's very good at it. At least he's not.
I better get off your stream.
Better get off my stream. This stream doesn't welcome foreigners, innit?
It doesn't. What the hell? Wait, can I just quickly go to the first comment just for 1 second? This is the freaking second time in as many streams people call me Eminem. Eminem does not have this. Eminem does not have this. Eminem does not have this.
Eminem, like for being 50, is actually an incredibly good-looking guy. I mean, if I really did swing that way, I would bum him.
You do swing that way because you always want to bum everyone.
Yeah, but that's because just I'm a slag, you know.
That's true.
Embrace it, Thomas. Embrace the Eminem.
Embrace it. Oh, and we have Beer Instagram is saying hello, good evening, and we've got Joe. Cheers, guys. This guy, Joe, is like the most dedicated watcher of BeerTube that's around. I think he genuinely is, because I see him. He comments on. I think he comments on Adam's streams. Joe just loves watching everybody. He loves it. Joe should start his. I think Joe should start his own channel.
You want everybody to start their own channel. You want YouTube to literally become BeerTube.
Yeah.
Without the ads.
It's like this, yeah, without the ads. Ads can fuck off. Yeah, that's it. A Bumfest must be good. Yeah, no, it's always a Bumfest, especially with me and Thomas involved. Thomas, my English is getting bad these days. Thomas and I. This is what happens. Thomas or yo. This is what happens when you learn a second language, guys. It mashes your brain.
Your brain is already mashed.
Oh, it is. Like, my brain is just completely, yeah. So Beerstgram is saying I wanted to say that to Thomas. I'm guessing that's another jibe about Eminem.
No, Peter only wants to hear one thing from me. There's only one thing Peter always wants to hear from me.
Oh, we've got Cedric.
Of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most.
I used to be schizophrenic, but we're fine now. I always like that one. My friend got me a T-shirt with that on. I was like, you bastard.
Bastard.
Yeah. And we've got Cedric, the Duvel man. Love Cedric's good. I love Cedric. He's a good guy.
He's great, man. Yeah.
I love Cedric. Yeah.
Can you drink 80 with me one night though?
Oh yeah. Cedric. We have to ask you this as someone who works for Duvel. Can you drink 10 of them, all 105.9% of it?
No, and what is the ABV of 10 Duvels?
You have to say that correctly, Thomas. What's the ABV?
It's the ABV of the Duvel.
ABV of the Duvel. ABV of the Duvel. It means devil in Belgian, innit? Yeah. Not many people. Not most people, Thomas. Just me. No. What's no?
It's about the thing I said. Peter hates it when I say of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most, which is why I'm saying it again.
I've got my see. I think I've told you guys this story as well. I've got a very good friend who he used to work for BAE Systems, which is like a weapons company, and he used to program the missiles that went on the Tornado fighter planes. And he used to tell the story about how he lost his mind. He went nuts. He says, "I went a bit off the rails, fucking mental." He tells the story like that. He cracks me up. He says that I went fucking mental. He's got this face that he does. It's like he's got one of the best like mental faces you'll ever see. It cracks me up. It's like when Harry writes the word foreign. It's like that. It's just one of these things that just gets me. FORRIN.
What you need to do, you need to film an intro for every review you do. You can edit it in front of it, and it goes like, "I just had 10 duvals. I'm fucking mental."
Oh, I never thought of that. That's a very good idea. I could just be like, "I just had 10 duvals. I'm going off my rocket. I'm fucking mental. See me cutting a boot like I can't a boot to."
Rory, how many pints do you think he just had? Because this is just insane, isn't it?
It is insane, yeah. Off the charts.
Off the charts. Mental. Yeah. I've actually not had and I was going to say I've not had a drop of alcohol today. I've only filmed like one video today. I've only filmed
What is this? What is this? Amateur hour?
This is amateur hour, yeah. Joe's enjoying the Bumfest. Joe, come and join in. More is always better.
I'll just watch from afar.
You just watch from afar?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we have to rope him in, Thomas. I think we have to rope him in.
Rope him in.
Rope him in, BDSM him in. Yes. Yeah. Not this time. Those words still scare me, Thomas. The ABV is still 8.5, whether it's 10 of them or 100.
No, that can't be. We were told it's 105.9.
It can't be. We were told it was 105.9 exactly. See, even Duvel, those people at Duvel, those nasty people at Duvel, are lying to us. It's a corporate conspiracy. It's a corporate conspiracy. It really is. Tories. Oh dear.
He did have a barrel aged, but what was it? He had it as well. He had 10 duvals. He had 10 duvals, and he had a barrel aged. What was it? He had?
Yeah, something.
Not sure.
I don't remember.
Come on, the name now.
I don't remember.
No.
He had a lot of water as well.
He had a bucket.
It had a bucket. It had a bucket underneath, just to. Yeah. And look, even the brewer can't drink 10. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have Davor.
He had a barrel aged caramel. He had a barrel aged caramel. Caramel.
Yeah.
It bumped up.
Roy, can you put earplugs in?
I haven't got any earplugs, no.
Oh crap. Okay.
Oh. I don't think the echo's not as bad as it used to be, though. It's all
true.
Right.
Yeah, I'm on my phone at the moment, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
The iPhone's quite good for cutting that stuff out.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah.
Yeah. All right. One of my.
Well, you're not drinking anything, are you?
No, I actually was meaning to unbox my stuff. Actually.
All right. Yeah. Go unbox. Go on.
Yeah. I'll just run through the comments quickly because I get straight. Fuck's sake. But yeah, Adam's saying one of his friends is the project leaders on the guidance system. Oh, yeah, that's what Andy was. Yeah, Andy was like a programming engineer, software engineer. 10 duvals would be 28.5 centiliters of pure alcohol.
Lovely.
BAE systems.
You're my B.
Teach him good. Lord.
You're my bae.
You're my bae. Okay, I should unbox this thing, shouldn't I? So, I have 6 beers. I got this on Black Friday just because I was feeling. I just checked it out when they said it was like gratis leverance, free delivery. I was like, oh, there might be some interesting stuff here. And I went on and I saw 6 beers that I was like, oh, fat. And all of a sudden, my bank card was coming out. I was typing in some numbers. I was signing the thing on my phone. And then the beers were on their fucking way. So, yeah.
And then you put your head in your hand in regret.
Not really, no.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So look at all this.
Whenever I do an order, I think, shit.
Yeah.
Spontaneous.
Yeah. Look at all this. Look at all them foreign words. It's foreign, isn't it? It's foreign. Okay. Right. So look at these 6 cans chill in a box. So we got. I need to get the top ones out first because these are the ones that are sticking out. Okay, so this one. Oh wait, I can put myself full screen, can't I? Wait.
Yeah, go for it, mate. We'll just be here.
Wait, I'll do this one. How the fuck do I get it to select me?
Language.
Excuse my French. It doesn't like me. Wait. Why does it not select me? I'm terrible with this. This is why I shouldn't host things.
If you go to the 3 little screenies in the bottom, and you see the 3 little dots.
Ah, there we go.
I swear to God, this guy says he's a professional. Dear God in heaven.
Yeah, okay. So, first beer, this one. Danish brewery, Kaleidoscope. Another new Copenhagen one on the scene. This one, Orange Dots. I like orange IPAs. So, yeah.
Has it got orange in it?
No, I think it's just like Amarillo and Mosaic and like Mandarin and Bavaria and a load of other stuff. It's supposed to be really good, this one. The last one I had from them was their Purple. It was called Purple something. So, yeah, I don't find in the shop that I go to in Copenhagen, usually, usually I have, usually I go to I go to Kiosk and they've usually got, they've usually got a lot of beers, but not this brewery for some reason. I'm not sure why. So yeah, not sure. Yes. Okay. So then my second Kaleidoscope one, Twisted Angles. That's what Thomas and I like. Twisted Angles. Yeah. So yeah, this is another IPA, and then they had a choice. There was they had 4 Kaleidoscope IPAs. One I'd had. This was the other one. This is one of the original ones, and they had another one, but this was the better rated one. And I liked this had New Zealand hops in it. I was like, well, New Zealand hops always win in the end for me. So yeah, 6.8%. And again, if you guys see this brewery, Kaleidoscope, they're doing some nice stuff. So I would recommend. Okay. Oh yes, the next one. This is one for Thomas and me as well. This is Apex Brewing, and look at the name. Look at the name. Oh, the wrong way around. Tender reviews.
I'm getting tingles all over.
I'm getting tingles, and I'm feeling it, Thomas. Feeling it. Yeah. So yeah, no, this one I'm not sure exactly what to expect of this, but Apex for some reason haven't released anything through Systembolaget for quite a while. So I thought, well, why not? Why not? So yeah. Let me see. I think I didn't. I think I got one that wasn't hoppy. It was more the breweries I went for because I hadn't had things from the breweries, to be honest. Woolies. This one is. Oh, this is a good one for Mr. Hooligan, the Hoax. Yeah. Yeah. It's an Oaks, isn't it? I don't need to wear a mask. Yeah. So, yeah. No, this is double IPA, Apex Brewing Company. Once again, I just got this one because it was again. I just hadn't had anything from the brewery, so I got 2 Apex, 2 Kaleidoscopes. I can't remember what hops are supposed to be in these ones, but again, it was more the brewery. And then, yes, we go to Russia.
Everybody's Russian.
This one's Russia. Stam beer. I literally bought this one because of the name. It was a triple IPA and it's called Arms Race. And I thought, yeah, I like that. I like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, triple IPA, 9.5% ABV. ABV. And I thought, well, why not? Stam beer are a little bit more difficult to get in Europe, I think. Stam beer, because I mean, you get lots of Jagovor, you get lots of AF brew.
I think Beertubers actually has Stam on a near regular basis.
Well, fuck you then. Yeah, but no, really, that's pretty cool.
That's okay. You want to come over? We'll do it right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I didn't ask Stammer from Moscow. But this was, I had one of the, when researching beers, I had one of the funniest experiences with this brewery because I wrote to them and said, I can't find much about you guys. Can I ask a few questions? Like, what did the owner do before he started brewing beer? How did he train and stuff? And I just got a message back. Whatever his name was, doesn't like talking about himself. That was the only thing I got. It was like, not even please enjoy our beer, nothing. He does not like talking about himself. I was just like, that was it. That was it. That was all they said. So yeah, good beer, but maybe not the best at interacting with customers. But I mean, it could have been an English issue. But yes.
Check your messenger, James.
My messenger?
Yeah, check your messenger.
Ooh, Beer Dome. Let me see, open link in new tab. Looking up the sexy Dutch oven beers.
No, but seriously, they got 6 Stams just standing by.
Oh, that's cheaper than I paid for them, bastards.
Yeah, including the one, I was about to say, including the one you have there. Yeah,
I was tempted by the Monopoly, the Magic Dust one. And the Galaxy, but then I was like, they're single hop, so I was like, I think that triple IP was actually about the same price as the other one, so I was like, well,
really?
might as well get more bang for your buck. So, yeah, and then my last one is this.
Alpha Delta.
Yeah, Alpha Delta. I've never had anything from these guys. I didn't realize this was a collaboration with North Brew when I got it.
Oh yeah, Rob did that one the other day, I think.
Yeah, no, I saw that actually. I saw that, and I was like, "Is that the one that I ordered?" It's like because the name sounded familiar. Oaked Imperial Stout. I just kind of thought, well, because they had IPAs from Alpha Delta, and I was like, well, I've got enough IPAs. I'd rather go for something a bit different. So I went for this because I know that I didn't realize these guys they're brewed in Newcastle actually. Says on the side here it's brewed in Newcastle at AD Brewing.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, see.
Well, where are they from? Alpha Delta is.
They're English of some description.
I always thought that. Yeah. Oh, I thought they were one of those Eastern European ones.
No, that's it. No. Let me take it out of solo mode again. Back into
solo.
But yeah, those were my 6 beers that I got on Black Friday.
Now, chug. Chug.
Yeah.
I'm surprised if Harry's in Hammered by now. He's been chugging a lot of beers today, hasn't he?
Well, he's got that Estonian Beer Club thing, so yeah.
Harry
chugs lots. Is that not just a normal day for Harry?
Yeah.
That's a fucking man.
Yeah. Where is Harry?
Harry.
Yeah, that sake I had was really nice.
What?
Oh yeah. Where did you have it?
It's in Reading. I had it. There's a Japanese restaurant in Reading called Osaka.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had some tempura. There's a lot of Japanese people that, if you it's a good restaurant if the people who the food is that go into the restaurant, and then you get a lot of Japanese people going there. So
I wouldn't have thought there was that many Japanese people in Reading, to be honest. That's like, why would they go to Reading?
Yeah, there is quite a few people.
Yeah, but I have to admit, one of my favourite things to do in Sweden, because there are a few Japanese people around this city because of the university and things like that, and the companies. It's quite funny to just speak to them in Japanese because they're like, the white guy speaks Japanese.
Yeah.
Why? It's like so funny to do that to them. And it's like they get it's just the look.
Yeah.
I love it when they do that. Yeah.
Have any of you guys seen this? Oh, sorry. Yeah, Roy, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, mate. Carry on.
I just want to say, because you were talking about the white guy with the Japanese, have you ever seen any of these videos? They're quite popular right now on YouTube. This is a guy who speaks perfect.
And stuff.
No, this is a white dude. He speaks like perfect. I don't know which Chinese dialect.
No, I think it's
language
oh yeah, I know the guy.
Yeah, he goes into these restaurants and he looks like this white boy, McWhite, and he goes into a restaurant, Chinese restaurant, and suddenly when they want his order, he starts talking in the most perfect, like free of any kind of accent Chinese, and he orders the regional dishes, and you just see the cooks in the background going like, "What the holy hell is this shit right here?" It's beautiful.
Has he got glasses? Because he might be the same guy.
I think so.
Yeah, he's got glasses. He went to an African. He must be really good at like learning languages because he went to an African one as well. It might have been like Kenyan or something. He went to an African language, and he learned it for like 2 weeks or something, 2 or 3 weeks. And he's like, he learned enough to get by, like a decent amount to like have a conversation with someone.
Oh, he doesn't have glasses, by the way. Sorry, he doesn't.
He doesn't. Oh, okay.
No.
Someone then.
No, he's like how do you say it? I mean, I've seen that guy. It's the one that I saw that was he started talking it because he's quite good at Mandarin, but then he went into some restaurant and started speaking in Fujianese, which is like a dialect from a certain city or something. So it's like
And people are like, what? And apparently, I'm just looking at some of his videos. He actually, according to the title anyway, it says that he learns Korean in 24 hours. Now that seems a bit unlikely. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. If you see some of his stuff, it's like, what?
I'd actually like to have it. Once I've got my Japanese decent, I would actually quite like, I go at Korean. Like at one stage, I could read Hangul. I actually could. I've forgotten it now. I'd probably pick up again very quickly, though. I know 1 or 2 letters and things like that. It's actually, you could learn the letters in like a day if you really wanted to, and then just start reading stuff. It's a very clever alphabet. I don't know if you can even call it an alphabet, but Hangul is a very clever writing system. But the Koreans used to use the same characters as the Chinese. And they stopped. I thought Hangul was actually quite a new thing. I thought Hangul was brought in after the Second World War, but apparently it's actually very old. It's from like the 1500s or something. So it's a lot older than you would think. Yeah.
I will have to take your word for it.
Yeah.
Is that another language in Chinese then?
I don't think it's really. Korean, Japanese, and Chinese are not really related. I wouldn't say they are quite different. Even from what I understand, like they use the same. Japanese and Chinese use the same characters, so they can. The Japanese can read Chinese and know what it is. But Chinese has got a lot more characters than Japanese does. But I don't know because the Taiwanese use a different Chinese. They use Mandarin, but they use a different writing system. They use traditional Mandarin writing, whereas the mainland use simplified. And I don't know if the reason the mainland uses simplified is just because they want to kind of get round sort of regional differences in dialect. Because Taiwan's only it's a country of like what 22 million, I think, if I remember rightly. But yeah. But it's interesting that Thailand has a what?
Have a lot of like people like Chinese descendants kind of thing. A lot of Chinese people went to Thailand, I've heard.
I don't know about Thailand, but I know I've got in my Swedish course that I do just now. One of my pals, he's Indonesian Chinese Indonesian.
Oh right, okay.
So yeah, there's quite a few, but because in Singapore actually, like Singapore started off with a population of like 100, like years ago, and then it just kind of exploded. Like Indians went there to work, but the Indians went home, and the the Indians went home and the Chinese didn't. So it's like the Chinese ended up staying. So that's why the majority population of Singapore is. That's why the majority population of Singapore is Chinese, apparently. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Population is quite high, isn't it? I think.
What's quite high? Sorry.
Singapore is it fairly high for the size?
Yeah, I mean Singapore's an island. It's like one island basically. It was kicked out of the Malaysian Federation for political reasons because and I think a lot of it was because the political party. It was essentially like, you know, that the Chinese population became very influential because in Malaysia you've got like a good chunk of their population's sort of a Chinese. There was a sort of tension between the ethnic Malaysians and the ethnic Chinese and stuff, and so they were kicked out of Singapore. I want to say in the early 60s, maybe late 50s, something like that.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got a few more comments. Joe is asking if we're feeling frisky. Always.
Only two more comments. You got a lot more than just two, buddy.
Yeah. Jim, I think not. Don't worry. I'll buy you a beer. I'll buy you off. Vanessa is saying hello. Always nice to have Vanessa on.
Hi, Vanessa.
Yeah. Matthew beer must be good. Are those under the category innuendo beers? Absolutely. Only for Thomas. Views on brews. Looks like I've stumbled into a beer unboxing. A mini one. We will have a proper unboxing session maybe next week. I need to wait to see when my Systembolaget order comes in. My December order. I've got some nice beers coming in this month actually. Some really good ones. Vanessa saying perfect on the arms race. The press just decided to leave the Clear Skies Treaty. Oh. Let's have a look at this. Donald Trump. Put this in Google.
I'm just checking out local news. Dutch news. No. Oh, pardon. Pardonnez-moi.
Leaving open skies. NPR. Oh, that doesn't look like it's a good news agency. Washington Post. Okay, that looks like it's a little bit more reliable. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, what is that? Just so he's leaving it like a few days before he. Yeah. That's okay. Well, I need to read about that a little bit later. Yeah, he has left the Open Skies Agreement. Oh well. Is anyone out there keeping track of all these can arts? I sure hope so. Probably is. There probably is a database of that somewhere online. Cedric is saying, did we notice the new limited edition beer from Omar? I haven't seen that. Okay. We've got Riku. I would have invited Riku along. I thought he would have been in bed. Riku, if you want to join, message me on Facebook and we can get you in. Same with Davor, actually. If Davor's about, Davor still be about. Adam saying Alpha Delta is the company related to the family who own Box Social. I've not had a beer from them in quite a while, actually. Yeah. He's saying Brett with Belgian nuts. Yeah, that could be interesting to try. And then views on Bruce again. And Davor is saying, good evening, Riku. Yeah, Davor, Riku, if you guys want to jump in, drop me a message on
Go
Facebook.
right ahead because I'm going to leave in a few minutes because I got work in the morning.
Yeah, I think this will probably just be a fairly short show. It's just quite spontaneous to show off a few.
Oh, I like it when you're so spontaneous.
Oh yes, yeah. I saw you had Douglas over, by the way.
Yeah, mate. We talked about because we couldn't do the big stuff going on right now because with the COVID situation, COVID got close. My brother's in quarantine right now. Yeah, so he's not good. Yeah, no, he got tested positive, so that's kind of shit. So yeah, no, but we did the social distance thing where like sometimes how you see with Matt and Keith. We just kept apart. Did any of you guys catch anything about this Untappd online beer festival?
No, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did, and they were like with some people on Instagram. So they reached out to two of us Dutch guys. They were like, "Do you guys want to do a little bit of a promotion?" And usually I'm not about the promotion stuff, but they were like, "And you get some beer," and I was like, "Oh, maybe okay." And then we saw the beers, and they were like pretty freaking cool. So we were like, "Okay." So yeah, we shared some of those beers. What was in there? There was Other Half Single Cuts, Neon Raptor, Lavic, Poyala barrel aged porter. That was nice. I was in there, so we just shared some beers, had some fun. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I saw you might be getting the you might not getting any British beers for a while. Did you say?
Well, yeah, I mentioned that in chat, and apparently there's still some stuff in the pipelines. But at some point, that's going to get a little bit rougher for the rest of Europe to import. It's going to be a bit more difficult. But yeah, we just got a drop of what was it? Buxton, Verdant, Cloudwater, and Siren. But I'm probably just going to skip all of those because most of it was IPAs. And I am swimming in IPAs, and if I buy any more IPAs, I'm going to be drinking skanky old IPAs in the next few months, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think we
that's
talked
a real.
we talked about that, James. Right? Like when you were over, we were like, it's just shite as hell because it's amazing that you get these great beers sent to you, but if a lot of them are IPAs, you just really need to sort of
drink it quickly. You can't drink them all.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on. I gained a few kilos in the last few months, which is okay. I can take it, but I want to pay attention to my health, my liver.
Yeah,
the old noggin.
Yeah. When you get paint,
I'm the same. I'm trying to clear out some of my beers. Yeah.
Wait, what were you saying, Rory?
So when you get that sharp pain, I've had it where you've had a bit too much over the weekend, and you get a sharp pain in your liver, like.
Yeah,
where you've had you feel it in the kidney and liver, like it's a bit.
I haven't had it that bad, but I've had a few Mondays where I felt like waking up, going like, okay, this could have been nicer. So not. I'm at that point where I used to not drink for 3 or 4 days in the week. I just drank 3 days in the week, and that was it. Evenings.
Yeah.
And now with all the beers, you just try to work your way through the reviews, and I'm like, shit, it's great. I love the beer. I love the beer mail. The beer mail is amazing, but I got to balance things out a little bit,
Yeah, no, that's the thing is I've had we were saying this, I'm in the same boat. Like Riku's got beers waiting for me. I've got Saverio, the Italian guy when he wants to send a box, and I've got a guy in Austria as well. I've got my French friend who's sending me 6, but I suppose he's only sending like 6, so that's not so crazy. But yeah, it's just it is a little bit much at times. I'm trying to empty it. I've still got like 12 beers out of the things I brought back from the Netherlands, and I've still got quite a few from Estonia as well, actually, to go through. I'm just trying to basically clear out, if you like. I've still got a few, I've still got quite a few Slovenian things that Davor sent up as well. So it's like,
are they pale beers or?
I've got rid of most of the pale ones. I've still got one of Davor's mystery beers that I need to do, actually. I need to film that. But yeah, no, it's as I say, it's just a case of kind of trying to get through those. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go for it. Go for it. No, go for it. You were first.
I was going to say I don't even review beer, and like I have beers in my fridge, tons of beer at the moment because I've had a few orders come in the last few days, and like when you've got them in the fridge, you just want to drink it. Well, I feel like every day, like there's beers in the fridge, so I might as well drink them. I'm not good at like saving them. I'm just, especially the pale ones. If they're in the fridge, I feel like every day I might as well have might have 1 or 2, and like you said, it's not really good for your health.
It isn't. I mean, you need to be careful. The thing is, of course, there's the entire thing about how the vitamins and everything in yeast that's good for you. That's all true, and it is. There's health benefits to drinking a little bit of alcohol every now and then. Like red wine has some good stuff in it, and beers can have some good vitamins and stuff in it. At the end of the day, though, it's poison. It's literally poison.
Yeah.
And then there's this thing, the FOMO, right? The fear of missing out.
Yeah.
And all these great IPAs and all these amazing barrel-aged stouts are being released all the freaking time. And you're like, I want them, I want them, I want them. And at some point, you're looking at your fridge, you're looking at your stock, you're thinking, how the hell am I going to get... What?
Yeah. Or whatever.
Right now, this is not even a joke. Right now, I have about 170 beers here.
Right. Flipping out. Are they a lot of dark? Is it a mixture between dark and pale, or mainly dark? Hopefully, mainly dark.
Most of them are. There's a lot of them that are. You can save them. But the thing is, everybody's like, "Oh, I've got a lot of barrel-aged beers. They can stay. They'll stay great for a while." Yeah, no. Barrel-aged beers can go really sour, or can go really,
Oxidized sometimes.
Oxidized, and if you don't drink them fresh enough, that's always a bit of a gamble with cellaring barrel-aged beers. It's always a bit of a thing. It's a bit of a trick aging any kind of beer if you don't do it in the right conditions.
Yeah.
There's definitely some IPAs. What was it? A few weeks ago. It wasn't an IPA. It was I pulled out an Omnipollo. I was rummaging through the fridge and I found this little 12-ounce can, 11.2-ounce can of Omnipollo, and I looked at it. It was 2 months past its date. It was one of those Imperial Ghosts they did. I'm like looking at this little thing, like, how? I forgot it was there.
Yeah. It's a nice surprise, though. I suppose Gozer isn't as bad, I guess. It could be out of date.
It doesn't get bad or anything, but they do. I had a talk with a few brewers about this, and they say these kettle sour things, like the modern Gozers, the modern Berliners, the modern kettle sours, you kind of want to treat them like an IPA. You want to drink them fresh. They're not really aging beers, so yeah.
Yeah, I've had a few of those things from Omnipollo. They're pretty good, actually. They are very, very nice.
I'm not the biggest fan of those weird. I've got one of those lassies on standby now, but should try that one. Yeah. I just noticed, by the way, Viku's latest comment.
Oh wait, let's have a little look. He's going to join next time. I'll go down and rookie numbers. Yeah, rookie numbers.
They kind of are, but
that's the Finns talk. This is the Finns talking.
I've got 30 in mine.
Yeah.
30 pairs freaking cup.
Yeah, but yeah, let's pop through these comments quickly then. Yeah, Cedric's saying that beer has 5 hops in it and it's dry hop with a Belgian variant. Belgian hops in it. Sounds good. Craig, let us come and join us if you can. Is it just me or bourbon barrel beers getting old? I suppose I haven't had too many bourbon barrel aged things recently.
Are they sort of starting to become? I don't want to say mundane, but I mean everybody and their uncle is doing bourbon barrel aged this and whatever. But I mean, it's a classic for a good reason. Brew a very well made imperial stout, like 10 or 11% ABV. Chuck it in a very high quality bourbon barrel for 6 to 12 months. I'm not complaining. I'll drink it. I'll mostly love it. So,
if it's a good base beer, if it's a well done base beer, and I prefer a bourbon barrel aged beer to like a adjunct stout, like with all the sweet stuff in it.
There you go. Like absolutely.
What kind of thing?
Yeah, I had a rum barrel aged barley wine the other day, and I had a cognac barrel aged something. Cognac barrel aged was quite interesting.
Cognac can work. I got a few cognac things on standby. I like cognac. I'm not. We had that great cognac, Le Tap, remember? From
Yeah,
Brother Remy.
you were saying that Remy's really into his cognac, isn't he?
No, he's not really into his cognac, but he likes a cognac every now and then. But he sent us that Le Tap, remember? That was the good shit. Duh.
Oh yeah.
Barrel aged the trap.
They do this. Le Trap does this oak aged series. Usually, it's their quadruple. I think they've barrel aged Isidore as well. But yeah, oh, sorry, Joe. Joe just made a comment that really no. Joe just made another comment. I have to say something, Joe. But it really so much depends on the distillery. There is some amazing bourbon out there, some stuff that is high quality and can compete with so many of the great Scottish or Japanese single malts. They will do a run for their money, and you have to realize that without bourbon, there would never be Scottish single malt. There would or any other kind of whiskey. No, really, I love a very well made. One of my favorites is I still adore is a 12-year-old Elijah Craig, and every time I can find a bottle, I'll try. But it's been aged. But bourbon is. It's because people look at bourbon and they think Four Roses cheap stuff. They think Jack Daniels. They think the cheaper Maker's Mark. But if you get into the really, really upper echelons of good bourbon, there's some amazing treats out there.
Yeah. We've got a few other comments on the barrel aged thing, so let's look at that. Dabor's asking about the price range for that beer. I hear you loud and clear on the barrel aged beers. It's an expensive lockdown. I've actually not had that so many, but I suppose in Sweden there hasn't been a lockdown, so there's not really been much change, really, to be quite honest. But in Ireland, it's gone crazy with the barrel aged beers. I'm actually getting a few more Irish beers in around Christmas from my guy who does all the importing. He imports a lot of Irish beer and supplies to Scottish shops, so he's going to give me a few more Irish things to review over Christmas. So yeah, you'll see more Irish reviews on the channel and some Scottish things over Christmas. Yeah, there's so many more beers to drink that are better than barrel aged beers. Yes, yeah. I ordered way too much beer lately, and I don't have time to drink them. Most of them are Imperial Stout. So I've got every Silver Series 2020 straight from Puasta last week. Oh yeah, no, it was when I was there. Aero wanted to give me all of them, and he actually just asked me. He's like, "Dude, how much can you take back?" And I was like, "Oh," but I ended up with
no.
Yeah, he actually, the Aero was he said to me, "I'm going to give you some beers. How much can you take back?" And I got 3 Silver Series ones. I picked because he had I think he had 3 beers, but they were in, each of them were in 3 or 4 different barrels, and I think he was going to give me one of each, and I was like, "Oh man, I only have space for I only had space for 3." So I got 3 Silver Series, and he gave me 2 other ones, and the 2 others have appeared on the channel. So I've got 3 Silver Series there. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to those. Asshole. Yeah. Yeah.
What is that? What is that, mate? That is
what is that?
Boogie.
Boogie.
Actually, I saw that on the CBC video that just went up today.
It's good. It's a beer by Yonder. I think they're based in Somerset. I think it is. It's a modern bitter.
Oh, that could be interesting. I had a mild yesterday from. There's 2 breweries over here do English style beers: Nynäshamns Ångbryggeri and Närke Kulturbryggeri. They do all the English and German stuff, and I had a mild. It must have only been the 2nd or 3rd mild that I've tried on the channel before, and it was actually quite nice. But I think I liked it. I think it was hopped with German hops or something. I think it was German.
It was hopped with the German hops.
It was an English beer with German hops in it from the continent. Yeah.
We spit in disgust.
Yeah, no, I need to try that. We need to try that. It was good. It was actually quite good. I quite enjoyed it. It was almost. I didn't realise that the English milds were quite like German Dunkels. Actually, I didn't really realise that about them. They actually were. I'm not a million miles away from a German Dunkel, but Cedric is saying he paid €8.65 for a 75 centilitre. Yeah, it's good. FOMO is real in my beer club.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm on a little break at the moment. Had too much in the last couple months. See, to be quite honest, I actually do fancy like a month off as well, but I've got too many beers sitting there that I need to get through at the moment. But I'll figure it out. I actually did fancy just like taking a month off at some stage, but we'll see. Or maybe just do like filming like 2 or 3 on the weekend, and yeah. But
two or three. I sometimes film 6 on the weekend, and I'm still not.
I'm publishing 2 a day at the moment just to try and take the supply down a little bit, and it's
Supplies.
It's just like rookie numbers. We had the Saturday Beer Club are dropping off and collecting 25 homebrews beers to mine for an advent box. Bit of a late start. Oh yeah, quite strict. Yeah. Super solid price. Well, yeah. There's a new Belgian beer review that we need to get on. We've got this comment as well. Yeah,
guys, I'm gonna drop off because it's 11:15 here, and I need to get. I've got work. Like I said, I've got work in the morning, so I'm gonna piss off. Enjoy the rest of the stream. And we'll.
Thomas again.
It's good to see you again, Rory. Good to see you too, James, my Jim Bob. We got to figure something out for what we said, June, July. See if we can get to the States. That could be fun.
Yes, my flights are booked up, so.
Yeah, you got it all sorted?
Yeah, it's all booked. I booked it like months ago.
I'm not going to book anything. I just want to make sure the situation's safe first. I don't want to get into any weird kind of trouble there. So, and like I got a car coming up, so I need to buy a new car. So I need to figure that one out as well.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so you guys enjoy the stream, and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.
Ciao. But yeah, we got this one. You need to try some more Mexican beer. I'd love to try some more Mexican stuff, but it's just impossible to get. I think I've only got 2 or 3 Mexican reviews on the channel. I'd always did like a Modelo Negra. Or Negra Modelo. I forget where the name was, but I always used to enjoy that. I always used to like one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, Brazil's got quite a good craft beer scene, isn't it?
Yeah, South America's coming on quite a bit actually, but yeah, Mexican stuff. Apparently, there's a big problem for the small breweries there because the big companies just kind of screw the bars over and say, "Oh, if you don't only sell our beers, then we're not giving you're not getting them at all." So it's that apparently that's one of the big problems that happens in Mexico. So yeah, bourbon isn't high quality. Oh, we had that. Down to this one then. Galway Brewery and Brover Stu Mostov have released that could be interesting. A 13% barley wine aged in bourbon and vermouth barrels. That sounds pretty good actually. Galway Bay always did some interesting beers. I'll need to see what my Irish guy has for me when I go home. I know an Irish guy who supplies all the Scottish beer shops, and he always has a few interesting things for me when I go home. So yeah, looking forward to having some more Irish beers actually.
Where are they based, Galway Bay? Is it south or north?
Galway, I think, is on the south. Is in the southwest, if I remember rightly.
Oh, is it?
I want to say, is it southwest? Oh no, it's not southwest. It's actually just straight west, central west. I was thinking of Limerick. It's a bit more southwest. Yeah. Yeah. Just talking about that area, what I watched again the other day was The Guard. I love that. Have you seen the film The Guard with Brendan Gleeson? I love that. It's the one with it's Don Cheadle and Brendan Gleeson.
What's it about?
It's about a drugs bust in the west of Ireland, and there's a bit in it where the American cops there, and it's just like the two Irish guys start, and he's like the American guy's like, if we were back in Atlanta, he's like, you're not in Atlanta, you're in fucking Galway. And then he's like, if we were in Atlanta, he's in Galway. It's just the way I love that. Galway. Yeah, I love Brendan Gleeson, man. He's brilliant. I love him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
I love that. Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that would happen as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Galway. I mean, I love that. I just love that. Where it's just like it's when Brendan Gleeson puts on his slightly stronger Irish accent. It's brilliant. I love it. We had that one earlier. Vermouth makes the base beer warm, smooth, and aromatic. I can't say I've had a Vermouth aged beer. We need to look at that. Glenlivet. I know I said that wrong. Glenlivet is a Speyside whiskey, if I remember rightly. I've not had. I don't think I've actually tried Glenlivet before. Come to think of it, need to sort that. Yeah. So many brewers in Belgium.
Belgium
said in Belgium, it's foreign.
You see that video I did? I went to a bottom. They had a Belgian beer from an English brewery, Tint Meadow.
Oh yeah, the English Trappist one. Yeah,
it's not. It's a Belgian beer, but it's not a Belgian brewery.
It's a Belgian beer, but it's not from a foreign brewery. It doesn't make sense.
It's crap.
It's crap. Yeah. Beer Dome had a huge bunch of Brazil. Oh, I need to look at that if there's Brazilian beers. Davor, could you fire me a link on Facebook if you've got that there, so that I remember to look at that? Because if there's Brazilian beers, I might be tempted to do a wee Beer Dome order because I don't get so much Brazilian stuff. West Island, come to the Pacific Northwest. The States in the East. Next time in the States is New England, but probably the trip after that will be West Coast, I would think. I need to go to the West Coast in America. And the Garda's class. New England, the trip for the States next year, I've got it booked up. I've got 7 weeks over in the States. I've got a friend that's getting married, so I've got plans to go and do... I'm going to go and see Matt. I'm going to go and see Paul. My friends and I were going to do a wee tour around New England. We're doing a wee tour around New England, doing some of the breweries. I'll do a bit of filming, do some interviews and shit. COVID permitting.
Yeah.
And COVID permitting, we'll get that done. And then I'm going down to Texas, I think, and Colorado, hopefully, as well. I've got a friend in Colorado who lives in Denver, so I'd like to fly down and see him. And I've got friends in Texas that I've not seen in a very long time who want to show me around lots of places. So this will be awesome.
Big for craft beer as well, isn't it?
Colorado's got a lot of things. There's quite a few breweries down there that I'm interested in. The Black Project, I've got some interest in sour beers and stuff. I've seen a few of their things in Copenhagen, but the prices of them are just crazy. It's like, can't really justify it. Some of the Danish prices for the American beers are just a little bit crazy.
I've seen the prices on the website, and it's a bit like 60 or 55 quid and £60 for a bottle, or £40 for a bottle, or whatever. It's a bit much.
Yeah, it's a bit much. It is at the moment. I work for a foreign company. I mean, maybe when I work in Denmark, which is probably going to be the case sometime late in the mid to late next year, won't be so bad. I'm actually quite looking forward to that, getting back into full-time work, but we'll see.
When you go to America, you should try to get to like Maine and that kind of thing.
Well, that's where we're going. Yeah, that's New England.
Yeah.
We're going to do Vermont. We're going to basically do all the states there. We're going to do Treehouse, Trillium, Lawson's, a few other places. We've got quite a few places. We're going to go to Maine. We're going to go to Portland in Maine and do Bissell Brothers and all of that. That's the plan.
Yeah.
So I'll need to do. I quite fancy doing that. I need to try and arrange some interviews and stuff like that with some of them. I've got a few interviews. I'm trying to sort out one or two things for when I'm home in Scotland with some breweries to do some Meet the Brewery segments. I'm home in Scotland again in February.
Okay.
So if the COVID-19 thing doesn't work out, then I've got another chance to do it in February a little bit later. So we can see about that.
Overtime, don't you?
We've got to go to what, sorry?
You've got to go to Overtone, have an interview with them.
Yeah, I need to see about them. They're in Yoker in Glasgow, so I need to. It's quite a funny. There's quite a funny thing from there called. It's how do you say? There's a comedy thing. Dee on the bus. Have you seen Dee on the bus?
No, is it a YouTube thing?
The Lemmy Show, yeah. There's a Lemmy Show, and there's one of the characters that's called Dee, and he's a heroin addict. And there's one where he goes into his kitchen and he's just like, what if when you're out the room, the kitchen and that, all the things and that, they come to life like Toy Story and that can. And then he gets paranoid. He gets paranoid and goes on about a story. He's like about the kit. You know, it's like he's like kitchen knife could batter shite out of me, but chopping board's meant to no give a fuck about kitchen knife. He starts going through this whole story about it, just Dee in the kitchen, and you know, it's just so funny. That's another thing that cracks me up. I love Dee in the kitchen, but there's one where he goes on the bus to Yoker, and he gets paranoid about Yoker, and Yoker is where Overtone are based. So whenever I see Overtone and I see Yoker, I'm just like, oh, Dee on the bus. So I'm going to have to take the bus out to Yoker like Dee. I'll need to send you that actually. Let me send you the link for that while I remember, because I'll forget otherwise. Dee on the bus.
Or Dee in the kitchen. Do that one. That sounds funny.
Let me show. I'll send you both of them. I'll send you which one is this the? Yeah, I'll send you Dee on the bus.
Yeah.
Wait a sec. Where's the window that had you in it? Rory Lee. There you go. So there's Dee on the bus, and where's Dee in the kitchen? I should share these through the chat actually, so that I can post these on the public chat. So yeah, guys, this is some messed up Scottish comedy. Wait there now. I love this. There's the second one, Dee in the kitchen.
That's funny. He's going through the whole like strategy in his mind in the kitchen, like.
Oh, it's brilliant! It is brilliant. I've got a few more comments. Let me see. Come at Pacific Northwest, the guard is class. Window beers with Thomas. No, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Joe is saying very good. Cheers. I'm out. Cheers. Oh, nice to have had you along, man. Nice to have you along. But we need to get him on one of the streams. Maybe I don't actually have contact with him. I don't even know what I've seen. I've seen the name before on some of the streams, but I'm going to put his channel into my thing. Let's put it on views on brews.
Is he American or?
Oh, he's Irish.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I've got his channel. Wait a sec. Yeah, I'll share that in the chat later, because then we can maybe get in touch with him. Yeah. And we've got another Italian, Alessandro Beccani. Cheers from Italy. Salute. Yeah. No, you'll be seeing some more Italian beers at some stage next year. I've actually got one in the fridge that I'll try and publish within the next week or two. It's an Imperial Coffee Porter. I would actually quite fancy that tonight, but that'll keep me awake.
Surprising how they do, isn't it? Really, you don't think, even though they've got coffee in them, you don't think they're going to have as much as effect on you as like pure coffee will.
Oh, so I don't see. It has a bad effect on me because I don't drink coffee. I just don't like. I don't like coffee. I like coffee and stouts and stuff, but I don't like coffee normally. Yeah, I don't like coffee. Coffee normally, but yeah. Joe's saying it's not cheaper here. Yeah, no, West Coast America is a little bit expensive. Yeah,
that's one of the. I think it's mostly the most expensive state, isn't it? I think I've heard.
California is, I think, the most expensive. Yeah. Yeah, I think California is supposed to be the most expensive.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since. Oh, I suppose I only spent like a week in the States last time, but then that was my first time there for about 9 years. Used to go to the States all the time. My dad used to love going to America, so we went like pretty much every year.
I've never.
I was very, very lucky growing up to get to go to the States as much as I did, but it's kind of one of the things you sort of take it for granted a bit, and you just become a bit sick of it almost.
Yeah.
Like I kind of wish I'd seen a bit more of Europe and stuff like that.
It's an easy
But
country to go to because they speak the language and everything, doesn't it? So you don't have
that's
to worry
it.
about it. Yeah, and the culture's kind of the same in a lot of ways.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Some states are different, obviously, but
I've been to something like 20 odd. Been to something like 20 odd states. So yeah, but it's just. As I say, I was very, very lucky as a youngster to get to go out there. One of my favorite things I saw in the States was we went to Tuskegee in Alabama, and that was where the black fighter pilots trained. So we got to see the airfield where the black fighter pilots trained. That was pretty cool. I still want to go to Canada. I need to go to Canada and see where my grandpa trained at Medicine Hat in Alberta. That's something that
he used to fly over to America.
Well, my grandpa was an instructor. For the first few years of the war. He went in 1940, and he was picked to be an officer. And they chose him to be a flying instructor. So he taught the fighter pilots their combat training before they moved on to the Spitfires. I don't know. I actually can't remember if he flew Spitfires in Canada, because when he went back to England when he went to England, he was sent to England. He was teaching on Spitfires for a little while, and then he was moved again after that. But I suppose my grandpa was quite lucky that he spent quite a bit of the war instructing, because a lot of I think the majority of his classmates from the original class were killed. A lot of them, majority of them were KIA. So it's probably not a bad thing that he spent quite a bit of time teaching before going into it properly,
Maybe say your grandpa used to do like you told me a funny story like ages ago about him.
There's quite a few things that he used to do in Canada. Yeah, yeah. He used to. My grandpa he had a pet cat that used to get taken flying with him in his pilot jacket. He's got pictures of him in the plane, just landed with this little cat in his pocket. And the other thing, they used to love flying down into the States. They used to love flying down into America, because the planes that they flew, the Harvards, they had a massive radial engine on them and a big, massive, propeller. I think the propeller was about, 18 feet. Or something like that, about 18 feet. So what they used to do was they used to fly down into Montana and stuff in the States and fly really low and go over the American Marine bases like at about 40, 50 feet and just wake them all up and then fly away. And the other thing he used to like to do was there was quite a few German and Italian POW camps in Canada, so they used to take up a bag of the glass cola bottles and then fling them out the side of the plane as they were going over the POW camps. Whistled like bombs as they went down. But the thing was, it was never him that did this. It was always his friend, and you would just get the grin on the side of his mouth, and you're like, aye, okay. It was never him. It was always his friend. It's like, aye, okay. It's like, yeah, butter wouldn't melt, Gramps. Aye.
That's funny. I can imagine like Americans, like when he's flying over, thinking, "What the fuck's that?"
Yeah, a bunch of Scottish pilots just trolling the shit out of them. Yeah,
that day's trolling, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah. The other thing that I thought was hilarious was he went over after the war. He was in the Air Cadets, like he was an officer in the Air Cadets. But he ended up as a wing commander in the Air Cadets, like a colonel. And he went over on one of the cadet exchanges they were with the Canadian Air Cadets, and apparently he was telling this story to one of the officers, and one of these Canadian officers piped up and was like, "I've always wanted to meet one of you bastards that did that." And apparently this guy was the commandant of one of the camps that he used to do it in Alberta. I was just like, oh dear, I love that one. Yeah.
What's the chance of that happening? Bloody hell.
Oh yeah, no, the cat used to go fly. Yeah, one of my other favourite stories about my grandfather was my uncle Sandy. he was a pilot as well. He used to fly the Vulcan bombers and things like this, and also the search and rescue helicopters. My favourite story that he told me about my grandpa, he was like, look, he said, "Oh, your grandpa never ever hit us, except once, except me once." And I was like, "All right, what did you do?" And he's like, apparently, like my grandpa, because he was quite good with mechanics and stuff like that. Apparently, one time he was under the car fixing something in the car. My grandpa always had Sabs, and my uncle got in the car. My grandpa was underneath it and beeped the horn.
You what?
He beeped the horn.
Oh.
My God. And he said that's the only. He's like that's the only time your grandpa ever hit me, and he's just like, yeah. He's like, I deserve that, to be fair. Oh dear, yeah. Is that?
Sound like quite a prankster, your granddad.
Sorry.
Sound like quite a prankster.
Oh, he was, but yeah, I think that was my uncle that did that to my grandpa. It's like,
right.
yeah, it's like my uncle. He said that's the only time your grandpa ever hit us when we were young. Was when I beeped the horn on the car when he was underneath. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh, we've got Severio with. We've got Severio. Joe's saying, "I would love to spend all my time in Europe." Dude, move to Bulgaria. You know, go and find a base in Bulgaria. Bulgaria is like cheap as shit, and it's on the beach, man. Wouldn't be too much of a change for you. Look at going to Bulgaria and spending a few months. Definitely use that as a base to travel around. Severio, yeah, guys, thinking about going to bed, but now I'm going nowhere. Yes. Severio is quite an ever present on some of these streams. Yeah, no, Severio is the one who's going to send me the Italian box, but we need to figure that out. I've just got too much beer at the moment. That's the problem.
You've got a lot of mules, haven't you? Throughout Europe.
Oh yeah. No, I've got well, Severio is going to be the Italian beer mule. We've got Davor in Slovenia. We've got there was a guy from one of my an old guy I knew from. He was a flatmate of a friend from Romania. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to send you some Romanian beers." And then there's a girl in my class, Natalie. She's like, "Oh, when I go to Croatia at Christmas, I'm going to bring you back some Croatian beers for your channel." I'm like, "Yeah." So some interesting stuff to review. I think
coming up now as well. Croatia. I think Simon's done a few Croatian beers.
I think I've only really had Garden Brewery so far, but I've got a Croatian Doppelbock in the fridge through there that I'll need to review soonish. But yeah, no, there's a lot of good beers. I really want to go to Montenegro. Love to go to Montenegro. Is supposed to be beautiful, and it's not been too touched by tourism yet. So
yeah, you always get that. That was a bit like Croatia for a while. It's more touristy now, but like before, it was a bit of an unknown kind of diamond kind of thing.
Yeah, oh, that's it. Shall we get Peter? Tell Peter's online. Peter, get your arse in here.
Have you been to Croatia or no?
No, I've never been to the Balkans at all. Closest I would have been would be Greece, or Toscana, or probably Austria. Actually, I've been in Austria when I was younger. I really want to get to Austria and try some of the traditional beers. That's another one.
Yeah, or Czech Republic or something as well.
I've been to Czech. Czech's nice.
Have you? Oh, okay.
Czech was good. Prague. They always try to, a lot of the places try to rip you off in Prague. That was the sad thing about it. Prague's a beautiful, beautiful city, but they try and rip you off there.
You'll just bump up the prices for everything.
Well, they do shit like what they'll do is they'll bring you stuff to the table that you don't ask for and then put it on your bill. They do stuff like that. Like my friends, we were in a bar one time and they ordered a plate of chips and then they put ketchup on it and then charged them for the ketchup.
Oh dear.
Charged them like 30 crowns, but 30 Czech korunas, which is like €2 or something for ketchup.
Right.
It's honest. I'm going to check that actually. CZK. What's it? I'll tell you how much it is in pounds. CZK to GBP because they put Yeah, they charge like £1, 30 kronas for ketchup. They charge like £1 for ketchup for a little bowl of ketchup. You're like,
They probably think, oh, if you have chips, you want ketchup as well, even though you haven't asked that like specifically.
well, the thing was, we just walked out and refused. We just walked out and didn't pay. Just like that. And they said, "Oh, we'll call the police." And it's like, go for it. Just call them.
Over a little tub of ketchup.
Yeah, it's like, well, and they said, and we were just like, the thing is, you would have got that in tip anyway. And it's like, but now that you're fucking with us, we're not giving you anything.
Yeah.
We're not paying with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only place I've done that. It's the only place I've ever really. It's the only place I've walked out, or the only city I've walked out of a restaurant and not paid, because they do shit like that. And it's a shame, because it really destroys the reputation of the city. There's a guy on YouTube who talks all about that. He's the Prague Honest Guide. He talks a lot about that. It has it's quite funny, because they've got the taxi drivers there have a scheme, and they've got these machines where it moves the decimal point. So they were driving there's a lot of Korean tourists go to Prague. I think there's a big Korean Air have got a direct flight, so you get lots of Koreans flying there. You see loads of them if you go there in the summer, and they try and scam the Koreans. They think, oh, rich Asians coming to Europe, so they scam them. They target them for the tax, and then they move the thing, because the Koreans are just, oh, we're on holiday. Just they spend. They don't think. It is a bit of an Asian thing. They because you see it, the Japanese and do it as well. They just spend. They don't think about it. Just spend.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My sister got charged once. Like, she went to the airport. She didn't know about the lira. I think she got like charged like £20 for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, no, there's places like that in Italy. I've heard things about in Italy. They'll try and charge you like €100 and stuff for ice creams and things like that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, as Saverio is saying, if you change check money, no, that's it. That's it. You either withdraw it from a bank machine over there, and you be careful with the messages that are on it, or you pay with credit card. Yeah. This should not be a problem for you. It's Christmas time. It's that time of year that we beer sommeliers drink tons of beer. But at the same time, I've been reviewing like 2 a day for the last couple of months, actually, and I'm just tired of it. A bit tired at the moment. I'm looking to move to Europe. I'm a cook, not trained at a school, but I am good. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, I wouldn't think, once the whole Corona shit goes away, you shouldn't have any bother. Finding a job and things over here, I would think. Depends, what country you'd want to go. There's a lot of Americans go to Spain, because they speak Spanish fairly well. There's a lot of Americans go down to Spain. There's a lot of Americans in Copenhagen as well. If you can get a job in Copenhagen or Oslo, you're laughing. Chefs in the Scandinavia are paid extremely, extremely well.
I was watching a thing over there about a lady. She's an American lady. She does sushi. No, sorry, Mexican. She does Mexican food, but it's in Copenhagen, and it's like really authentic, really good Mexican food she does.
I'm going to Copenhagen this weekend again, and my Greek friend, he knows like there's a place called Gasoline Grill. There's a place called Gasoline Grill Burgers. So I think we're gonna go and check that out. That's supposed to be really good. But his brother
quite often then. Well,
maybe once every 2 months or something. I could go more often, but the problem is at the moment I work on the weekends. I would probably go more often if I wasn't working on the weekends. But I've got maybe another 6 months of that, and yeah.
So you said is it like quite a quick train journey for you?
Yeah, it's about 50 minutes. 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, just a little bit more than an hour. Yeah. It's a bit expensive though. It's about 25 quid for a return ticket, roughly 250 kroners. So it's a bit pricey, but it's worth it to go over there for a day. And I've got a friend over there. So the thing is, when I go to Copenhagen, I tend to stay for maybe 2-3 days. Because I can just
worth it, spend a couple of days there.
Yeah, that's it.
I went to Reading today. That cost me £40 on the train. That's an hour and 20-minute journey. Just for
40 quid return. That's crazy.
yeah.
What did you go to Reading for?
Just because I like going there on my day off. Because where I'm from, where I'm living now and working, it's terrible. It's shithole. And it's like
Do you not think about just moving to Reading?
At the moment, I don't know, because I suppose I could get a transfer to another place where I work, because they have another shop there as well. But I have nieces and nephews in where I live. I want to be close to them.
Oh, right, yeah.
My niece and nephew are like 10 minutes away.
Which town are you actually from again?
It's a place called Bracknell. It's in Berkshire.
I've heard that actually. Bracknell.
Quite an industrial town. That's why it's quite well known in the country, because it's like a hub for like in the industry.
Yeah.
Reading's well known for the Reading Festival. Joan Leeds and Reading Festival.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I see. Yeah, you're west of London, yeah.
Yeah, and it's easy to get to London if you wanted to, because quite.
Oh, well, that's the thing is, I need to figure out. You could always come and join Craig and I in London when we do our out and about thing.
Yeah, when are you thinking of doing that?
I was wanting to do it next. I mean, I need to figure stuff out. I'm still having a bit of bother with Japan and things. I need to figure that out, because obviously that has to take priority. But I need to. As I say, I've got a friend's wedding in September, so potentially I could do something after that. But then as I say, I need to return to full-time employment. So. Yeah, so I need to do. I was thinking of doing like a short kind of programming course in September, just to sort of increase skills. So that I was thinking of doing it in Edinburgh or Glasgow actually. So that would open up the door a little bit. Yeah.
When do you think of going back to Japan to visit then?
I don't know. Mrs. was supposed to be coming over here, but as I say, I just keep getting messed around with plans. There's a cycle of excuses that is used, and my patience is well and truly gone. Let's just say. So yeah, no, we'll just need to see about that. But the plan was you can fly from Copenhagen to Bristol. So my thought was, I can. So my thought was fly to Bristol, see Harry. Head to. I don't know how easy it is to head to like Brighton or whatever.
I live quite very close to, pretty close to Harry as well. It's like he lives in Swindon. It's like a 40-minute train journey for me.
So that could be closer
than Reading.
Yeah, no, that could be quite cool to. That could be quite cool to catch up with. That could be quite cool to catch up with you guys there. As I said, then go across to London, see Craig, and then head a bit north to. I would want to go to Liverpool. I've got friends in Birmingham actually that I used to work with. So I don't know how much. I think I would probably just use Megabus or something and do it that way rather than the trains, because Megabus is probably cheaper.
Yeah.
You can get
cheaper, I think.
Yeah. No, I would do it that way. I would use the Megabus. Don't know how expensive it is to get with Megabus to Birmingham and stuff like this, but I need to look into that. I'll see how much it is. But it's quite good because I would have people that I could stay with, obviously, so accommodation is not going to be a big deal. Although probably in London I would book something. Then up to Liverpool to see Adam, Manchester to see Peter. Yeah, that could be quite fun.
Yeah, we're thinking like once all the coronavirus thing starts to like drop off a bit, we can all meet up with each other a bit. have a bit of a drink and catch up and everything.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely keen for that. As I say, I just need to be given a bit of notice because the other ones that have happened, they've just decided within the last month, and that's a bit short for me.
Yeah.
I really need to know like 2 or 3 months in advance.
Mm.
But because I mean, my finances are a bit better now, obviously, than they were back then, because that was when I was a student. But yeah, still, it's nice to know 3 months in advance because then I can get the really cheap fares. I don't like paying more to get somewhere than I have to, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So that's it. That is it. But I'm starting to feel sleepy as shit. So
Yeah, okay.
I need to bugger off because I'm an hour ahead here. I wasn't sure if Harry or Peter was going to join.
Right.
Yeah, cool. No, we'll just leave it there. This is just a wee short. We've got a few more comments. Joe's asking how hard it is to move to Europe for a foreigner. You can come over on a tourist visa, I'm sure, to start with, and then sort of extend beyond. You can extend it beyond that, I guess. If you get a job, that's the thing. Is in Sweden, you can apply if you come over here as a tourist and then find a job. You can do that, but you can work online. You can do various things working online these days to support yourself until you get a chef's job that you would want. That's possible. Canada and American passport. Yeah.
Yeah, easier. Is he from Canada?
No, Joe's from Washington. I want to say Washington State. He's from Washington. He's on the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. I'm pretty sure he is in Washington, if I remember rightly. Yeah. Could be North Oregon. I forget if it's Oregon. But yeah.
My friend just moved to Oregon, actually, from
Mm.
Los Angeles. Yeah.
Oh, nice. No, I've got the guy who I know, Nevitt, out in Japan, who does beer reviews. He is from Oregon originally, I think.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're Canadian, you can get because you can come to Britain a bit easier, can't you? Because it's like part of the Commonwealth.
I don't know. I don't know what it's like these days. Yeah, because I need to hang fire here as well. My permanent residency document app. Well, I'm a permanent resident, but I need to wait for the document to come through. And I also had to put in we have to, even if we are a permanent resident, we've got to do a special registration for Brexit-based residents. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I put that in the other day, and my citizenship application's ticking away as well. So, yeah. But, they tend to be severely seen. They tend to be more suspicious if you're Colombian or Venezuela. It's actually very easy for them to get visas into Spain these days. I know that. And your guys' transport is much better. Yeah, that's the one thing about them. That's one of the things about the States I don't like is the bad transport. The public transport in the States was terrible. Yeah, but
if you don't drive, then you're screwed, I guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's it. That's it. The automobile in America is king. But yes, I am going to shut this stream down there because I'm starting to fall asleep, so I need to go and sleep a little bit. But Rory, thanks for joining. Thank you to all of you guys who watched. This was just a wee spontaneous thing because I had a few beers to show off. And I've got a day off tomorrow. I've got this weekend off. It's my first weekend off in a good while. So yeah. See. But yeah, nice. Right, well, we'll take it offline there, and maybe Rory and I'll chat a little bit offline. We'll see. But guys, thank you, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you to Thomas earlier who was on as well. Thank you to Rory, and we'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, cool. Bye.
Cheers.